Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. In today's video we'll be discussing key dates, the rare dates that are worth big money if you can find them on your old coins. So many of us will have old coins, but we'll go through now in denomination order looking for the rare years you want to find. So firstly, the farthing. Now one date you'd love to find in your old farthings is 1892. With a mintage of 887,240, it is a scarce year, worth £7 in poor condition, £40 in very fine condition, and £200 in uncirculated grade. So a great find if you have that one. Similarly, 1863 farthing with a mintage of 1,433,600 is again very rare and sought after, and it sells for around £50 even in poor condition, £200 in very fine condition, and £850 in uncirculated grade. So again, another farthing to look for if you have any old farthings lying around. Onto the halfpennies now. Now many of us will have lots of these old halfpennies. Hopefully from 1871 will be a few of them, with just over 1 million produced that year in 1871, and this makes it very rare, now selling for £25 even in poor condition, £200 in very fine condition, and £900 in uncirculated grade. Moving on to a bit of an older one, 1864 halfpenny, the rarest of all halfpennies, with only a little over 500,000 produced, 537,600 made, so very rare, but also a similar price, around £20 in poor condition, 170 in very fine, and £625 in uncirculated grade. Some good halfpennies to find. Now onto the old pre-decimal penny. Of course, the main ones to look for is 1933, 1952, and 1954. With only a few, or in some cases just one or two, of each of these coins made, they are extremely rare, and there's, like I say, a few of each of them with a value of around £250,000 for each of these coins, which is a bit unrealistic to find in your old coins. A more realistic one to look for would be the 1950, again still very rare, with only 240,000 being produced. This is a George VI penny, and if you have one, it'll sell for around £9 in poor condition, £25 in very fine condition, and £60 in uncirculated grade. And once again, a similar date of coin, 1951, the year after, has half the mintage, only 120,000 produced for this year-old penny, so a great one to find. Now selling for around £20 in poor condition, £35 in very fine condition, and £80 in uncirculated grade. So check your piles of old pennies. Now then, firstly onto the threepence of the silver variety, where the one to look for is 1927, a year that did not circulate, only made in proof, and if you have one, with a mintage of only 15,000, they sell for around £150 to £200 for this old silver threepenny bit. Again, a bit unrealistically, there's a very, very rare one to look for, the 1945 silver threepence. Only two are known, and they currently are worth around £65,000, but there could be more out there, so always double check. On to the brass threepences. We have a 1946 one, is very rare, with only 620,734 being made. This now sells for £8 in poor condition, £35 in very fine condition, and £900 in uncirculated grade. It's a great coin to find. And 1949, again same design, is even rarer, with only 464,000 being produced, and now selling for around £10 even in poor condition, £45 in very fine condition, and then £1,000 in uncirculated grade for the high-end collectors. Now then onto a very popular coin, the sixpence piece. A very rare old one to look for is 1827, with a mintage of 166,420. It's a very scarce one, now selling for around £35 in poor condition, £175 in very fine, and £800 in uncirculated grade. The rarest one to look for is the 1828, again George IV, so an older one, with only 15,840 being produced this year, now selling for £20 in poor condition, £100 in very fine condition, and £400 in uncirculated grade. But a bit more of a new one, we've got a bit more of a chance to find, is 1952 of George VI, with only just over 1 million being produced that year, now selling for around £15 in poor condition, £30 in very fine condition, and £150 in uncirculated grade. And it's not even silver, so just a nice rare coin to find. Now then, onto the shilling coins, again a popular denomination. 1905 is a very key date to look for, as only 488,390 were produced this year, with the coin now selling for £85 in poor condition, £400 in very fine condition, and £4,000 in uncirculated grade. It's a good one to find. The rarest one to find is 1851, with only 470,071 being produced this year, now selling for £50 even in poor condition, £350 in very fine, and £1,000 in uncirculated grade. So again, a great date to find. Onto the florin coins, or 2 shilling pieces. We have 1932 florin, with a mintage of only 717,041, is a very rare date from George V, which sells for around £18 in poor condition, £50 in very fine, and £675 in uncirculated. So check your 50% florins for this key date. Another key date to find, actually the rarest one, is 1892, Victorian one, with only 283,401 produced, selling for around £30 in poor condition, £150 in very fine condition, and £925 in uncirculated grade. But the most valuable florin is the 1869 florin of the Gothic variety. There were 297,000 produced that year, leading to a sales price today of £40 in poor condition, £200 in very fine condition, and a little over £1,000 in uncirculated grade. Now then, moving on to the half-crown coin. What key dates can we find on the half-crowns? Well, again, 1905 is a key date, similar to the shilling, but very much rarer, with only 166,008 being produced in 1905, leading for this half-crown to now sell for a whopping value of £465, even in poor condition, almost £2,000 in very fine condition, and over £10,000 in uncirculated grade. The rarest half-crown to find is 1841, a Victorian one, with 42,768 being made, and a value of £850 in poor condition, again about £2,000 in very fine, and again about £10,000 in uncirculated grade. Now for the crowns, these are not usually found in people's old tins of coins. They are a more special coin, and of course all the silver ones are worth at least £30 of the silver alone is about £25. So if you do have any crowns, they are very nice coins to have, and of course will be worth looking for. Again, similarly with the full sovereign and the half sovereign, these are not denominations commonly found in old coin tins to look through for key dates, and the key dates of course do matter, but even a non-key date is going to be worth at least its weight in gold, which is 250 or 500 depending on the size. So there we go. Now watch our full videos to learn more on these coins. We have full videos on all the rare coins. Look out for the rare dates, and of course please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time on Bits and Bobs.